Hi guys, many of you are interested in studying in China or moving to China, and today I'm going to introduce the 8 reasons why I love living in China. And you might ask, what is this? This is the hand sign for 8 in Chinese. In Chinese, you can do all of the hand signs with just one hand. You don't need to do this. So that's very convenient. So as a young person, you have many different choices about where you want to live and where you want to study. So for me, I could live in UK or US, or even I could move to a beach and live by a beach. But I chose to live in China. Firstly, I first came to China as a semester student. I studied at Peking University, and I only planned to stay there for 6 months. And here I am, I've created a business, and I decided to move to China and live in China. And I'm going to introduce the 8 reasons why I love living in China. So the first reason I love living in China is because everything is super fast. I can just get everything done really quickly. If I want to buy something on the phone, I can just order it and it will come maybe 3 hours later. And there's just such a fast pace of movement here. And many people think that China is some ways inefficient, but actually this is changing a lot, and China is just moving so fast, and you can just get so many things done really fast. So one example is when I want to get a new bank card. I went to the bank and got a new card, and it took about 10 minutes to get it done. They just verified my identity and they gave me a new bank card in 10 minutes. And just so many things are just becoming really efficient in China. Like traveling on the trains or just taking a flight, you can just book it on your phone and then you can just go and you can just do anything like that. If I want to do this in other countries, I think normally it would take about 1 week. I have to get the bank card by the post. This is just one example, but there's many things that are really fast in China. The second thing I love about China is there are just so many opportunities. When I first came to China, I studied in Peking University, which is the #1 university in China, joint #1 with Tsinghua. And it was just amazing to be in this elite place where there's so many smart people and just see so many opportunities. And then I created a company which is called China Admissions, and this is for international students to apply to Chinese universities. And from this I got support from Chaoyang Beijing government as well, and I just think as a foreigner there's a lot of opportunities in China, and I can just see them all around. And the third thing I love about China is just the energy. It's just kind of electric. And many people say this when they leave China, they really want to come back because they miss the fast pace, the energy and the feeling of like things are happening and things are growing and there's opportunities here. So the fourth thing I love about China is the history. I think the Chinese history is fascinating, and there's many stories in history that you just couldn't imagine, that no one could ever think of this. So if you look at the Tang Dynasty and different things that happened in China's history between the Warring States period and how China is reunited and divided and how they have all these different amazing stories in their history, it's just fascinating. And it's also really cool that everyone really understands their history really well. I think this is unique, and many countries, they don't really understand their history, and they're very proud in having 5,000 years of history. I think it gives a lot of advantages if you can understand history, because it means that when you look at history, you can understand the future much better, and you can see how things are changing and all the trends and the big picture. Looking at history, you look at the present moment, and actually there's things that repeat, and you can also learn a lot of lessons from history as well. The fifth thing I love about China is the Chinese food, and there's so many amazing dishes in China. Many people think that Chinese food is like all the same, or they have this idea about what Chinese food is like from their home country. For example, from UK you have sweet and sour chicken. That's not that common in China because Chinese food is like as rich and diverse as European cuisine, or maybe more, and there's so many different regions that have their own specialty. So you have really varied food in China, and it's amazing to try all these different kinds of food from different regions. It's also really easy to eat food in China because there's so many amazing restaurants everywhere, and you can also just order it on your phone on an app. Just quickly order the food and then it just comes in like 40 minutes, so it's really easy. So the sixth thing I love about China, and you might ask, what is this? This is the hand sign for 6. In China they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So you can do everything all on one hand. So the sixth thing I love about China is the people. And so before I came to China, I had a misconception about Chinese people, maybe from the media. And when I came to China, I realized that it's just everyone is so friendly and warm, especially in Beijing. Beijing is known as having very warm and friendly people. It's just amazing to meet so many interesting people, especially when you can speak the language as well. Seventh thing I love about living in China, there's so many amazing places to visit, and I love traveling in China. You have everything here. You have big mountains, you have beautiful seaside. You can just travel to many different places. Right now, because of COVID, I can't leave country very easily. It's quite good to explore different parts of China, and there's many really interesting cities with a lot of history. It's like Tianjin actually has a really interesting center of the town, which has a lot of Western influence, Shanghai as well. And then you have very interesting places like in Beijing, you have the hutongs, and you have many interesting places all over China, especially Yunnan is very beautiful. It's in the south of China. And it's really amazing to explore different parts of China because there's just so many amazing, cool places in China. So the eighth thing I love about living in China is the language. And it's just really cool, fascinating language. It's amazing how Chinese has developed so differently from English in the West. And just understanding the language is like this whole new world opens up. And I can understand lots of different ideas and see things in a different way. And it just feels like it expands my mind and it broadens my mind. And it's also really fun. I really enjoy speaking Chinese. It's a really cool language to talk, and it's just quite fun when you can speak another language. I really enjoy that part of living in China. So those are my 8 reasons why I love living in China. If you're interested to learn Chinese, or if you're interested to move to China, check out China Admissions. We're an online platform where you can search programs and apply to universities in China. But we also have lots of articles and events that you can read, and you can join the online events where you can meet universities. We also have careers events where you can find jobs as well. And we hope that it can be helpful for you to learn more about China and apply to the universities in China. The platform is free, so you can just apply on the platform. And also here are our links if you want to contact us. If you have any other topics you'd like me to talk about, then you can let me know in the comments and I can make some more topics. And also you can follow the links and check out the links in the description for more cool content. Make sure to subscribe to us. Thank you very much.